Welcome to Baseline Scientific. My name is Paul Scanlon and I'm going to show you what can be seen in the February night sky. We start with a look at the moon and the occultations that occur during the month, and then I'll take you on a tour of the planets. Let's get straight into it with a look at the phases of the moon. The month starts with a waxing crescent. First quarter is on the 2nd, full moon is on the 9th. Last quarter is on the 16th. And new moon on the 25th of February. On February the 2nd, the 6.1 magnitude star 26 Aries will be occulted by the moon. It will disappear at about 1910 UT. As the moon is in first quarter and it will be early evening, this should be a good occultation to observe. If you can observe later in the night, try having a go on the early morning of the 4th. The moon will pass in front of the Pleiades again at just after 2:15 UT. There are at least 3 stars that may be easily observed to occult, although there will be more if you use a telescope and have dark skies. This event occurs quite low on the horizon if you're in the UK, so if you're in the south of the country you may have obstructions, but should be easier to view further north. 2 nights later, on the 6th, you can see the 4.8 magnitude star 139 Taurus occulted just after 4:05 UT. Despite being quite a bright star, this could be quite challenging, as again it occurs low in the sky and the moon is approaching full. Finally, on the 17th at 6:35 UT, the 2.8 magnitude star Nita Scorpius will reappear from behind the dark rim of the moon. This will be close to the north pole of the moon, not quite a grazing occultation, but it will be a short duration. The moon is close to last quarter, but morning twilight will be a problem. Now, let's look at the planets for February. Mercury starts the month as a morning object, rising in Sagittarius. It should be easy to view at a magnitude of 0.14. It will be the brightest object towards the eastern horizon just before sunrise. By the 13th, Mercury will be at its greatest eastern elongation, so will be at its best to observe as it rises earliest before the sun. But after the 13th, do take care, as day by day Mercury will rise later and closer to the sun. Always stop observing Mercury well before the sun rises. Don't take any risks with your eyesight. For the past month, Venus has been an impressive sight in the evening sky. By far the brightest object at a magnitude of -4.45, and it gets better. Despite having passed greatest elongation on the 14th of January, it is coming closer to the Earth, and by the 19th of February it will be at its greatest brilliance. Throughout the month, Venus is setting closer to the Sun, so again take care and enjoy the view while you can. Mars now rises at about 6:30 in the morning. It will be another few months before it's worth observing. Jupiter is in Capricorn at a magnitude of -1.5. Rising just before Mars, it might just be possible to see visually, but again, it's not worth observing with a telescope. Saturn now rises at about 20:30 UT and is in Leo. As most of the other planets are difficult to observe, this is a worthwhile target. It will be visible for most of the night, passing the meridian before 3 in the morning at the start of the month and just after 1 towards the end of the month. Saturn is always worthwhile, even though this year its rings are almost edge on. Remember, storms have been known to sweep across its surface, and there are also the moons that can be imaged. Uranus is now very close to the Sun and not worth observing. Neptune is also close to the Sun, and again it's not worth observing. However, it has just passed conjunction, so will be edging its way towards being a morning object. Well, that's it for this month. It's getting a bit quiet astronomically, but please do remember it's International Year of Astronomy. Wherever you are in the world, there should be events that will be of interest, so keep an eye open. Or better still, pop along to your local astronomy club or society. Carla will be back with us for the March edition, so I hope you'll join us then, and I'll see you next month. Goodbye.